Welcome back. Summer is almost here, and this year it is expected to heat up in every region of the U.S. That's according to a study by Climate Central. So let's go ahead and bring in our meteorologist Vianey Arana. Vianey, let's go ahead and focus on our kids today because there's a link between heat risks and children, yes?
There certainly is, especially with the summer months. A lot of parents always ask me, hey, my kid has Little League, or they have an outdoor event, or really anything outside involving the heat is going to be something that we look out for. With the official start, meteorological start, we'll call it that.
Okay.
On June 1st of summer, you might be headed to the beach, you might be heading to the coastline. And the number one thing, of course, that we can always look out for when we're at the beach is the dangers of the rip currents, paying attention to those flags at the coast. We want you to enjoy yourself, but also keeping a safe distance whenever there are sneaker waves or rip currents. Right now, we're okay. But when it comes to the heat, reapplying that sunscreen every 2 hours, Audrey, is going to be critical. Also, paying attention to heat-related illnesses. So, you know, talking about how your body's feeling, listen to those symptoms. If you're feeling a little dizzy, a little dehydrated, staying within that shade will make a big difference. Also, in addition to that, hydration and how you're dressing appropriately for the weather that day. And one thing that the study from Climate Central looked at is the direct link between extreme heat and how kids are impacted. So I do want to show you a map that they showed us, and it's going to kind of describe the things that kids we're looking out for here. So when we're talking about extreme heat in children are at risk for more frequent and intense heat. Now, when it comes to infants, they're of course less able to regulate temperature and hydration. They're so little. And then athletes, those kids that are out there just killing it in the sports, risk of illness is especially high during outdoor activities. And I know that coaches will typically monitor this because I've even had coaches reach out to me and they might delay or cancel something altogether, right? Sure. Students reducing their ability to concentrate and learn. That is a big one. I mean, when you're uncomfortable, immediately your body shuts off, and then let alone your brain. We want the kids to be cool and comfortable, so that's another big thing that we look for. And I want to take you now through, San Jose. The studies show that more hot summer days, which would be considered more days above normal. For example, today we had heat above normal, about 10 degrees in some spots. Since the study began, dating back to 1970 to 2024, there are now 13 more additional days considered above normal. And also we're seeing summer start earlier. And then you're thinking, oh, but the coast is a cool getaway. San Francisco, 28 days of more heat.
Wow.
And most people around the coast and the peninsula don't have heat relief in the form of AC, right? And summer warming across the U.S. since 1970, you could see just how intense, especially for the West Coast, stretching from Oregon down to Texas. But here to give us more insight on this study is a meteorologist from Climate Central.
Since 1970, summer temperatures have risen in 97% of over 240 U.S. cities by an average of 2.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And a third of those cities, the warming that they've experienced over the past 50 to 55 years is 3 degrees Fahrenheit or more, especially in the Southwest and the Northwest. And in this warming climate, the risks of heat-related illness, poor air quality, and deadly heat waves are growing, not only just for the U.S., but for billions across the globe.
And heat is still considered the #1 killer when it comes to weather. So please be safe out there. Enjoy the sunshine, but with precaution.
All right, Vianey, thanks so much.